Hello, everybody. This is Howard Fox, host of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast, and I am here in Danville, Illinois. I am attending the conference of the Illinois Destinations Association. I got down here early, toured around the city a bit, a little walking, a little exercise, a little food, and now I am at the beautiful renovated Fischer Theatre in downtown Danville. And I have the pleasure of introducing to you the mayor of Danville, Rickey Williams. Mayor, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast and hear a few words from you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Howard. We're so excited to have you guys here, and I just thank you for this opportunity to tell people about how great Danville is.
Fantastic. Now, I have to ask, how long have you been mayor of Danville?
It'll be 7 years next month. So I was acting mayor for 6 months before winning election outright.
Okay.
And then I won re-election in 2023.
Fantastic. Congratulations on that. Now, are you a longtime resident of the Danville area?
Absolutely. So my dad is from Westville, a little town 5 miles south of here. So we lived there until the middle of my second grade year, and then we moved to Danville. But I still played sports in Westville until high school, so I consider myself both a Tiger and a Viking.
Gotcha. Now, where did you go to school in advance? 4 years, college, master's? Where'd you go?
Sure. So I actually got a Bachelor of Arts, emphasis in political science. I kind of did pre-law at Millikan University in Decatur, Illinois. And then I was offered and working towards a full scholarship to pursue a PhD in political science, specifically public policy and urban development down at Emory University in Atlanta. And about a year and a half shy of that, after I'd completed all of my coursework, all of my teaching requirements, and 2 out of 3 comprehensive exams, I took a missions trip that changed my life. Long story short, I am not Dr. Williams, but
It's got a ring to it, though.
It does, but I learned a lot of great things along the way, which I'm able to help use to help my people here in Danville.
Excellent. Now, when you came back to Danville, how did you happen upon this idea, I'm going to run for mayor, or I'm going to accept this temporary position as an interim mayor?
Back when I was a senior in high school, we had our first ever countywide youth summit, and then I feel like God kind of put it in my mind that I would be mayor someday. Fast forward, a lot of my professional work was in youth and family development, so I learned a lot about managing people and money. Long story short, I was on the council for almost 10 years. Our former mayor accepted another position. State law says you have to choose one from amongst your own to be the acting mayor, so then I became acting mayor, and that kind of rolled me into this eventually fulfilling what I thought was my destiny for over 20 years.
That is wonderful. There's a saying in the coaching field, what you think about, you bring about. So you have certainly brought about that. And I imagine you're also bringing about right now the renovation and the exciting transformation of Danville. And this theater that we're in right now, the Fischer Theatre, I grew up in Detroit, and we had our own Fischer Theatre. And that was the first thing on my mind, is I'm wondering, can it be as grand as the one in Detroit? And here I am with you in the auditorium. This is a wonderful example of some early American architecture. And what did it take to bring this renovation about?
So Julius Hegler II, he was also a friend. So interestingly enough, Julius also graduated from Millikan, go Big Blue.
Okay.
I first met him at a reception there when I was our homecoming king. But anyways, thanks to a very generous donation, we're talking millions of dollars from Julius W. Hegler. He had his first date with his wife here.
Okay.
She got ill and passed from cancer some time ago. He was here for a show and thought, man, this is in bad shape. And he started thinking about his beautiful wife. He said, I'm going to do this one thing. That became another thing, and then that came a full-on restoration. So if it weren't for the late Julius W. II and the Hegler Foundation, we would not be standing in this structure. When they got into the work, they found that the trusses were probably 6 months away from failing. It was close to being gone. So thankfully, we had a patron saint in Julius Hegler, and then we had a great carpenter that came along and worked with him, Paul Offit. And so many people donated money as well, and time and effort. And the city of Danville almost tore this down over 20 years ago. It was saved by one vote on the city council.
Oh, wow.
So I thank God that they had some courage to save it, because we would not be standing here right now if they hadn't.
And I would imagine this theater can be considered a crown jewel. I mean, it's a gathering place for many wonderful occasions.
Oh my, everything from big name acts to we have an incredible local theater, especially musical theater in our community. You also have a lot of community meetings here, so local foundations sponsor events and galas here. I mean, it really is not only the hub of downtown, but it's once again becoming the hub of the community. And we are trying to complement that. In Danville, we were one of the only community downstate outside of Chicago, Illinois. We won a $3 million hometown and downtown restoration grant. So a lot of the sidewalks that you've seen replaced, we did a lot of sewage infrastructure down here, roadways and things like that. So we are trying to do, I have an amazing team at the city, and we are working to do our part to support things like this. I often tell people, no one is coming to save us. It's going to take, and the city can't do everything. I love this city, and I have an amazing team, but we can't do it all. The Fischer is incredible, and they have a wonderful director and an amazing board, but they can't do it all. Our nonprofits can't do it all. Our businesses can't do it all, but everyone can do something. Even if it's just as simple as taking care of your yard, taking care of your home, we all have something that we can give that would not only help us, but help everyone.
That's wonderful. I'm curious, is there some alcove, a seat, a piece of this theater that really just kind of tugs at your heartstrings and brings back memories for you?
So you have to think, when I was a kid, this was closed, but I'll tell you a quick story. So I'm actually a mixed kid, biracial. My dad is black, my mom is white. My dad told me a story when he was young of being in 8th grade, and his mom always said they always said in the balcony when he came here, and he thought that's where my grandma liked to sit. Well, one day he came with some of his white friends, and he was told that they could not sit on the floor, that they had to sit on the balcony. So that was a revelation for him. Also, my dad told me growing up that my grandpa used to do cleaning, and he cleaned theaters downtown, but I never knew that it was this theater that he was talking about. So imagine my great surprise in 2019, and we're here for the grand reopening, and I'm sitting in the balcony, and they announce me, and I'm being honored in this theater. And I look over, and my dad has tears running down his eyes, and I said, "Pop, what's wrong?" And he says, "Son, you remember that theater that I told you about?" He was like, "Where I couldn't sit where I wanted to?" He was like, "Now we're sitting here in the balcony with you, and they're honoring my son." He said, I just can't believe it.
That's so wonderful. It's a journey, and I can only imagine how proud your father was.
Absolutely. And I think the thing that I'm the most proud of is that now everyone feels welcome here. I mean, at first they could not get especially African Americans who are more affluent to give to this theater because of how they were treated in the past.
Right.
Now it's a place for everyone. Everyone comes here, whether you're young or old, black or white, rich or poor, gay or straight, Christian, Muslim, Jew, or atheist. Everyone is welcome at the Fischer Theatre.
Okay. I'm curious too, is there an event perhaps sometime in the near future that if we can get this here, the story is fantastic, but if we can get this event here and it's going to be like the icing on the cake?
A particular event that we could recruit?
Yeah.
I am really excited. They are on the verge of making it a big announcement tomorrow, so I can't steal their thunder.
I have a habit of doing that. I always ask a question. I can't really tell you just yet. Maybe tomorrow.
So to make a long story short, one of the challenges that we have is that the green rooms and such are below the stage.
Mhm.
They are currently in bad disarray and not able to be used yet. So that hinders us from being able to get bigger name acts and to do some bigger production sometimes. Let's just say all of that shall be changing soon.
That is wonderful to hear. Couple more questions. I know you're busy. And again, thank you for hosting this reception for us this evening. Where do you see this theater, say, in 10 years from now?
10 years from now, I see us being the premier place that major acts want to stop when they're crisscrossing America. Being on Highway 74, we are just 2 hours from Chicago, an hour and 15 minutes from Indy, 3 hours from St. Louis, maybe 3.5 hours from Louisville, Kentucky. So no matter where anyone is going to play in America, they have to cross by or not too far from Danville. And what I want us to be is their stop along the way where we get to see these big, awesome acts that maybe wouldn't necessarily do a show here, but because they love the charm, the acoustics, because they meet such wonderfully warm and nice people here, and because it's such a beautiful setting that they say, you know what, we'll make a stop, and that we have our hospitality that we're known for, and that makes them want to come back and also tell their friends.
Excellent. Another question. I always say one last question, but there never is. You know how that goes. Your work with the city of Danville Tourism Authority, you've got Vermilion County, and you've got the chambers. And what's it like working with them to help promote the city?
Well, without Right now, we would not be where we are without our Visitors Bureau. Rhonda and Tracy, those ladies are incredible. They're dynamic. They love this community. They love our people. And as a result, they are working hard for us. But it's great because more than so than since I've been back as a young professional, what I am noticing is everyone is working together. It used to be folks got territorial. The city wanted to keep its stuff. And the Visitors Bureau didn't want to give any credit to the city. And Vermilion Advantage, the economic development and Chamber of Commerce, didn't work well with this group. But now we're all working together. If everyone is rowing in opposite directions, it's hard to get the ship to make any progress. But when we're all rowing together, we make a big difference. And I think the theater, the Visitors Bureau, and Vermilion Advantage combined with the city and the county, we're gonna keep making progress.
I have no doubt about that. Final question. Many listeners are going to be hearing the collection of the interviews I do over the next couple days. And it's an opportunity for you to speak to all of the listeners, the thousands that listen to this podcast, hopefully the more. What would you like to share with them about why Danville?
Why Danville? Because we have that awesome mixture of culture, environmental, recreational opportunities, and just charm. The people here are kind and welcoming. There's lots of anything that you could want to do. You can even scuba dive in Danville out at Kickapoo in the old mines.
Oh, boy.
We have a historic, nationally registered stadium. We have this beautiful Fischer Theatre. If you are into the arts, if you're into the outdoors, if you are into sports and recreation, if you want to just have a good meal and be surrounded by friendly, warm, kind, welcoming people, then Danville is the place to be.
That's wonderful. And I am certainly feeling very welcome in the short time I've been here, and I'm having a wonderful time with the Tourism Authority and Tracy and Rhonda, and I'm looking forward to more activity. And I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, am very appreciative that you've taken the time to chat with us today. Mayor Williams, it's been a pleasure, and we wish you, Danville, Fischer Theatre, and whatever your other plans are, much success. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been amazing, and just welcome to you and to everyone.
Thank you. And we are back for another interview here at the beautiful Fischer Theatre in Danville, Illinois. And I'm here with Ashton Greer. She is the Executive Director of the Vermilion Heritage Foundation. I probably would be selling her short by saying she has a cool job, but she has a very important job. And it's been overseeing the renovation of the Fischer Theatre. And Ashton, I'd love to hear a little bit about that story. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I will say it is a really cool job. I have 3 kids, and every time they come in here, they're like, Mom, your job is so cool. And I'm always like, it is so cool. I love it every day that I come in here. It just feels like I belong here and I'm supposed to be doing this work. So a little bit about me. I've been in Danville since I was 18. I love it here. I call it my hometown, and there's a lot of haters and negative energy around Danville, but I truly believe it's a great place to live. I have a great quality of life, and I love my community so much. I have a master's degree in organizational leadership, and I have my own leadership consulting company, and I also do commercial real estate development. So this job for me is honestly a really good combination of both leadership and renovations and capital improvements and understanding how to take care of and work through projects on a building like this.
Okay. And I'm curious, with that background and just with real estate, you kind of have your hand in a little bit of everything. And you also learn who are the right people to talk to if you need something. How did you come to be involved with the renovation of the theater?
So I came on board at the Fischer Theatre in February of 2020. So the restoration happened.
That was not the best time to come start a job.
No, but I was in healthcare before, so it was an even better scenario, I guess, for me. But the Fischer Theatre was restored in September of 2019. Fully, the restoration was complete. We had our grand opening, and then I started here just a few months later as the operations director. During that time, I did all the operations of the theater, worked with volunteers, built the programming, all of those things. And then I left the theater and I went to work for the mayor. So I was the community relations administrator for 3 years for the city of Danville. And during that time, I was invited to be on the board of directors for the Fischer, became the board president. And then when the Fischer went through the transition that it has gone through this year in leadership, I opted to step into the interim director role to carry it through. And now I'm just here for good. I think I've always just kind of been involved from the beginning, and it feels it feels like it's supposed to be. I really have a lot of passion and a lot of the the knowledge from all those years being involved to carry it forward. So that's been really, really cool.
Okay. Now, one thing I have to say, the fact that your kids think it's pretty cool what mom does for a living, and and they probably look at this, I can go play in the theater. And what has been your aha moment in terms of coming into this theater, seeing it through once it's been restored, and helping to really make it an anchor for the community and bringing the acts in, the festivities, like we're having a festivity this evening here as the Illinois Destinations Association kicks off their conference. What's it like to kind of have these events and really showcase this theater in Danville?
That's a great question. I have a lot of pride in the Fischer, but it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to the board of directors. The Fischer was restored and is managed by a nonprofit because it really belongs to the community. And so when I came into leadership here, the primary thing that I really wanted to see improve was our friendliness and our ability to open our doors to our community, because that had been a complaint in the past. And I think as far as like an aha moment for me, honestly, there's nothing like this building in Danville. There's nothing like this building in other parts of Illinois. It's so old, it's historic, the architecture is incredible, the sound quality. It just inspires me just being here, and it's such a privilege to get to be here every day, honestly. And as somebody who restores old properties, the commercial properties that I own are also 100 plus years old. It just really, there's something beautiful about restoring and preserving history and creating that legacy and that longevity for our citizens and for future generations.
Okay. Where do you see the theater, say, in 10 years from now, or what would you like to see going on in this theater, the types of acts that are coming here, or sooner?
Yeah, so when the theater got renovated in 2019, it wasn't a full renovation. So we still have several areas of this building that are unfinished, including the top 2 stories. The basement is completely unfinished. And there's a few other areas as well, like our gift shop, and there's some other improvements that we need to do. But what I see taking place over the next 4 to 6 years, and starting now as we move into it, I see us finishing this theater. Our board is really passionate about that, and our leadership. We have a lot of people that have experience in grant funding and in restoration and historic preservation that are really involved with our organization. So I could see us finishing under the stage and making green rooms and dressing room space. And we actually just got a grant for that, a $280,000 grant. So we're going to be starting that project in 2026. I can see us, after that, moving on to the upper 2 stories and creating office spaces for other arts organizations to have space under one shared roof so that we are sharing resources. We can have residency here with other arts organizations. I could see us really completing the structure and then becoming more of an arts hub for Danville.
That was fantastic. And I love that. I love that vision. Before we head out, question I'm curious, what would you want to say to our listeners? This is the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. I'm here for the Illinois Destinations Association, their conference, and we're going to talk about podcasting. So what would you want to say to all of the listeners who are going to listen to this episode about why Danville and why the Fischer Theatre?
Okay, I would say that if you are traveling, passing through Danville, have the opportunity to make a stop here, it's just so rich with history. It's the home of so many famous stars. It has a strong arts presence, but I think that not just the Fischer Theatre, but there's a lot of quaint downtown boutiques, and we have Vermilion River Beer Company, a great place to stop. We have vineyards and breweries, and we even have an incredible outdoor community. We have mountain biking trails. We have state parks that are just gorgeous. So all in all, you could come here and spend a couple of days and have a great little getaway.
That's excellent. Now, when your family and friends come in from afar, and do you take them on a tour of the theater?
Always. I give tours of this theater all the time. Anybody passing through Danville, it seems like, has heard of the Fischer Theatre, especially because of the connections to Gene Hackman and Dick Van Dyke and Bobby Short and others. Many famous people have passed through here or been employed here or performed here, played instruments here, all of the things. It seems like it is a destination. People want to see it, and it's really remarkable in here. It's really beautiful.
It's fantastic, and it's wonderful to hear that. To share with you, I grew up in the Detroit suburbs, and we had a Fischer Theatre there. And I don't know if it's spelled the same, but I know historically that was like a crown jewel of the city of Detroit, and seeing its renovation and now coming to my second Fischer Theatre here in Danville. I mean, you've done a wonderful job, and the team that is doing the work, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And we really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us and chatting about your role in the Fischer Theatre. If our listeners would like to learn more about the Fischer Theatre and the foundation, where are the best places to go?
I would say go to our website. It's fischertheatre.com, which is FISCHERTHEATRE.com.
Excellent. Well, we will have that in the show notes, and as well as some photos we will have shot today. Ashton, it's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I am back here at the Fischer Theatre, and I have the pleasure of introducing you to Dana Rowland from Vermilion Advantage. She is the director of the organization, which, in another way, you might say it's the Chamber of Commerce and Economic Development. Dana, it's such a pleasure to have you here for this short interview, and I'm excited to be here for the next couple days in Danville. And I'd love to hear a little bit more about you and your work with the Chamber.
Yeah, thank you. We're happy to have you here in our community. We love to show it off. I'm the director of the Chamber of Commerce. We are a little different in our chamber because we are the Chamber of Commerce and Economic Development. So I oversee the chamber side of things. We love our community. We oversee all of Vermilion County, and we have just under 500 members.
And how big is Vermilion County? I mean, how spread out are you? I mean,
I want to say from end to end, we're about 90 miles.
Okay.
And population-wise, there's about 79,000 in the county.
Okay. Now, my familiarity with the chambers and the Boulder City, Nevada Chamber of Commerce, I mean, there's and economic development, there's an attraction of new businesses to come to the city, families to move to the city, and also highlighting a lot of the experiences that are available. And that's how I actually met Tracy, and I interviewed a couple folks from the park, and Lara Danzel from education, which was wonderful. And so what are some of the opportunities that you are helping to facilitate here in Danville as far as the chamber is concerned to bring businesses, especially the boutiques, the outdoor adventure experiences, the restaurants? What's going on?
We're really trying to highlight the businesses we do have to get people in our communities. So on the economic development side, we bring new business to town, but on the chamber side, we support the businesses that are here, and our membership is full of small businesses that we love to support. We have the most green acres per capita in the state of Illinois, and one of our members is Kickapoo Adventures. So I don't think people realize all the things that we have here, and by supporting them and sharing what they're doing through all of our networking events or advocating, hopefully we'll attract people here and they'll want to stay and work and play and live here. We actually just came back from a trip to DC where we went and advocated on behalf of the members here. And that was a great experience to share our love for Vermilion County and hope, that they remember us when it's time to send some money along.
There you go. And I know that's hard work. Now, do you also rely on grant money from the state to kind of facilitate some of the activities?
We do have a couple grants that we are working with right now. And we do have a new program that we just rolled out. It's not new. We've done it for a while, but we actually have a workforce education position right now. Jody is the director of that, and she's the liaison between industry and the schools, so K through 12, all throughout Vermilion County, just to get those students into the pipeline of the workforce. Workforce is such a big problem right now, and I think a lot of our students don't know all the opportunities here in our community. So she's done a great job with that, on getting the word out, hooking those two up together and just letting them know all the things here.
Excellent. From your vantage point as the chamber director, here we are in the Fischer Theatre. It's gone through a renovation. I just heard a little bit about that from Ashton Greer. How do you see the theater here and what it has to offer as being one of the anchors for future development and opportunity here for the chamber?
Yeah, the Fischer is such a staple in our community, and it's so beautiful. I mean, just looking around, they've done such an amazing job of restoring it. We love to have events here and promote it. Things like this where we can get people from outside of our community into the Fischer to see what an asset it is. I think it just really draws a crowd. everything from we've seen weddings here to the galas and everything in between, from movie night to different businesses sponsoring events here. Just knowing that we have such an asset here to share with others it's a wonderful thing.
Excellent. Now, I should have asked at the onset, are you originally from the Danville area?
I am not. I'm actually from Streator, Illinois, which is about 2 hours north.
I know where that's at.
Yeah. But my husband and I actually just bought about 8 acres here in Vermilion County to build our retirement home on. So we're empty nesters now and
That's
are
going to be a
planning
big
that.
home.
Well, not too big. I want the kids to visit, but not stay too long.
Okay.
So my husband is actually the welding instructor at the community college here. So we are very rooted in our community.
Okay. Now, what is the relationship and how you work together with the tourism authority, whether it's Danville or whether it's Vermilion County? How are you all kind of partnering together? That's the right
We
word.
love Tracy and Ron over at the Visitors Bureau. They are doing great things. At being the chamber, we get calls all the time or emails saying, what is in your community? If we're coming here, what hotel can we stay at? Where can we eat? And we know that we can call the Visitors Bureau or anyone in the county and have a whole list ready for them. So we often refer people to the Visitors Bureau, and they also refer people coming to the community to us to promote our businesses.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, Dana, if our listeners are enjoying this episode and are hearing about Danville, and what would you like to share with our listeners of why Danville?
I think Danville has amazing people. I lived in Champaign County for many years, and while it is also great, Danville is just home. It feels like home. You can walk down the sidewalk and be greeted by everyone you see. The community members here really want what is best for the community. And yes, we have our problems, but the positive just really outweighs everything. There's so much to do and so much opportunity here that people, they just don't know what they don't know. And I think if they came here, they would be pleasantly surprised.
Fantastic. And something that's a common theme from the interviews I have been doing.
Mhm.
Now, before we head out, I know there's the bar is open and there's food on the table and I'm sweating bullets.
Yeah.
If our listeners would like to learn more about you, Vermilion Advantage, the economic development, where are the best places to go?
They can check out our website at vermilionadvantage.com. Vermilion does have one L, so I like to specify that. And also we have a really big social media page on Facebook. So it's just Vermilion Advantage on Facebook. We're getting ready to do our annual Scarecrow contest, so you'll see those throughout the community this week while you're here. And yeah, all of our information's
Excellent. Now, before I actually let you go, I noticed there was a sign overhead that said the Harry Potter. Is that your doing?
Yes. That is actually the city of Danville. They do First Fridays, the first Friday of every month.
Okay.
And the November theme is Harry Potter. And we have people that come from all our surrounding states to that. I think their biggest one that they do. It's great.
Okay.
So,
Fantastic. Well,
yeah.
Dana, it's been a pleasure to chat with you. I hope we get to do some more chatting over the next couple of days and in the future. Thank you
all
so
right,
much.
Thank you.
And we are back for another mini podcast interview here at the beautiful Fischer Theatre in Danville, Illinois. And I have the pleasure of chatting with Rheanna Ollis. She is the Community Relations Administrator for the city of Danville. And she's got some really fun things she gets to do. And so first off, Rheanna, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really excited to be here and excited to have all of the IDA here.
Yes, it's very nice, and I'm excited to be here and present to the IDA. So tell us a little bit about your role here in Danville.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the Community Relations Administrator. I do everything from fun events and event series like our First Fridays event series to more of the less fun stuff of branding and consistent branding to in general communications. We're on news channels, we write press releases, we do all of the fun communication things. We're often called the party planners.
Party planner, I love it. Now, you said a couple of words that really piqued my interest, First Fridays, and a lot of communities have First Fridays. So what makes the First Fridays here in Danville unique?
So what makes ours unique is that they're always changing. So every first Friday of the month, we have a different theme, not just music, not just food trucks. We have a different theme every single month. We decorate the entire downtown for the day for it, and we really just celebrate. It's a great time to be able to just sit down and take a breath and be off whatever devices you're on and just enjoy being with people. I always say one of my favorite parts about First Fridays is that people, when you're walking around, people aren't on their phones. They're chatting with each other and giving each other hugs, people you haven't seen in a long time. We have a group of guys that sits outside one of our local bars here, and they pop up their chairs and they're all matching. They're all cute sitting together listening to the music. So, I mean, everything from that to bounce houses and activities like an egg drop for the kids. It's a little bit of everything, which what makes it unique.
That's fantastic. I noticed as I was kind of touring around downtown, I mean, it's just a really quaint little downtown
Yes.
and very enjoyable, a lot of boutiques. There's even a coffee shop nearby, which is near and dear to my heart.
Oh, yes.
What do you see? What is some of your favorite First Friday activities that you have been involved with, or is there anything that kind of stands out for you as being very memorable?
Yeah, we have two events that I would say. One is a traditional event that we do, Danville's Got Talent. We bring in contestants from all over Vermilion County, let them compete right here, actually, on the Fischer stage. We give them prizes, and we just celebrate local talent from, we have people, Dick Van Dyke and Gene Hackman, and we have astronauts from here. So we have a really cool history with talent anyway. So Danville's Got Talent's a really special moment for us. Being able to put, even children, young children on the stage and letting them perform for 700 plus people is absolutely amazing. And we get excited every year because we get so close to absolutely filling the Fischer, which is a special moment all on its own.
All on its own.
All on it. Yep.
Now, are you originally from Danville?
Actually, I'm from just outside of Danville. I'm from Oakwood originally, but
Okay.
being from a small town like that, you don't have places to shop or eat or whatever it may be. So I grew up in Danville essentially my whole life. Yeah.
That is fantastic. Now, when friends come to visit, what are your go-tos? Let First Friday's covered.
Yep.
You got to come visit me on First Friday, but when other friends and family come to visit, what's your go-tos for them?
Oh, this is a shout out, but not on purpose and definitely not sponsored. Mad Goat Coffee. That is a diehard for me. Anytime I have to set up a meeting or bring somebody new into town, Mad Goat Coffee's right off the interstate here. So we always stop in there and grab a good drink. They've never failed to impress anybody I've brought there. And then here's another one of the great locations that I'm always bringing people to and being able to show off. The Fischer's beautiful. It's super special for Danville. So
Have connections that'll open the door for you here.
yeah, the current director was actually my boss, and I took her role as community relations administrator. So not only a little connection, but a big connection. So yeah, Ashton Greer was a blessing.
I love that. And by the way, to Mad Go Coffee, I found them yesterday when I got to Danville. I bought my pound of coffee and I took it back to the room. They even ground it for me. And I have good coffee in the room instead of those little devices.
Yeah.
So
Or their pastries. I literally went in there this morning for my regular morning coffee, of course. I work in government. I have to have a coffee to get my day started. They were literally rolling their pastry dough. Like you can see them doing everything handmade, which is amazing. You don't always get that, especially in a smaller town or city like we have here.
Mhm.
So it's really cool that we have not only one location of Mad Go, but two locations, one in South Danville and one in North Danville.
that's fantastic. Two last questions.
Sure.
For our listeners that are going to be listening to this episode, they're all over the world. They come into the United States. What are we going to do when we get here? Why Danville?
Because why else? Why not? Try it out and see what you like. The fun part of traveling and coming to different places that we're all unique in our own ways, but your uniqueness depends on you. So it's not going to depend on my thing. What I might love might not be what you love. So I say just come, travel around, experience it, see what you like. We have not only a great city here, central, but we have a lot of small communities around us. So just come, visit, pick us, choose us.
Choose you guys. I love it. I love it. Now, if our listeners would like to learn a little bit more about you, the work you're doing for the city of Danville, where's the best place to go?
Two places. If you're looking into First Fridays in downtown Danville, check out firstfridaysdanville.com. Or if you're looking for City of Danville things, I manage the entire website is cityofdanville.org.
Fantastic. Well, Rheanna, it's been a pleasure to have you join me for this short podcast episode. We really appreciate you taking the time. And I know you have a lot of friends here and they're waiting for you to get back. But thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, we are back here, still at the Fischer Theatre. It's about 5:45, beautiful fall day in Danville, Illinois. We have a reception going on behind me right now, and I saw this really handsome guy and gal. They were just standing around doing absolutely nothing. It's like, well, what are you guys doing here? Well, that's a joke, folks, but I have the pleasure of introducing you to Michael and Stephanie Ewing. Michael and Stephanie have nice embroidered tops on with a logo. It's called The Local. There's a knife and a fork there, so I'm guessing you guys are caterers.
Yes,
We
sir.
are.
And how did you get started catering here in Danville?
I've lived half my life in Danville and half my life in Covington. So we come here a lot and cater.
Okay.
Yeah. Born and raised here and decided to give it a try.
Now, you had said, Michael, you kind of spent a little time away chasing aliens in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did you all decide to come back?
I've been back 3 years.
3 years?
But the restaurant's been open for 3 years also.
Okay. So The Local is also a restaurant?
It was a restaurant.
It was.
We closed in April to pursue catering, and we're actually moving to Danville.
Okay.
Yes, we're
Oh,
building
that's-
a tiny house that's going to go at Vermilion River Beer Company.
I love tiny homes. In fact, that's where I probably will be looking because I live in Las Vegas and everything is incredibly expensive.
Yes.
So little tiny homes would be just about right.
Yeah, well,
So you had the restaurant. How did you decide to follow up with pursue the catering? That's a hard gig.
I think the people did for us.
They did.
The
That's
people
the
did.
perfect answer. They did. When I opened the restaurant, it never even occurred to me to do catering. And then people started asking, and then it just took off from there.
Okay. Now, what are you all known for in your culinary journey?
Chips and dip. All right.
We make a house-made chips and
Super.
pimento. I kind of want to say we do a little bit of everything. When we're cooking, we're known for our burgers. And then with catering, I think we're known for upscale dining more. We do
Okay.
a lot of plated meals, catering meals.
Okay. Now, for the guest here at the reception, for the IDA's reception, and we're having it here again, folks, at the beautiful Fischer Theatre. What are the guests enjoying this evening?
We have a spinach and artichoke dip with house-made tortillas. We have turkey, cranberry jam, and provolone sliders, jumbo shrimp cocktail, pesto, goat cheese, and sun-dried tomatoes with house-made crackers, a lemon bars, a fruit tray, and a vegetable tray.
Excellent. So, Michael, I was going to ask you who's the boss. Well, you and I both know the
Yeah,
answer
that's
to
the boss,
that.
yeah.
What is it that you enjoy about this type of business and kind of helping them put a smile
It's
on people's
different.
faces?
Different. We get to cook fun food that people will give us ideas to do for them. And it's just enjoyable.
Yeah. Now, do you ever go, honey, I've got this idea for a dish.
I've been trying to do that.
It's not
Hunt
working out.
rabbits.
Hunting rabbits?
Yes, sir.
See, I have friends back in Chicago. There's a huge Belgian community there, and rabbit stew, Belgian style
see.
rabbit stew. See, there you go.
There you go.
You trust me, you will get people coming down from Chicago for that
Yeah, all right.
authentic Belgian style rabbit stew. You got
Keep
that
in
stuff?
mind.
I would give rabbit a try. I said
We
I
could
would give
try,
rabbit
yeah,
a try.
yeah.
I won't give Sloppy Joe's a try. That's what he wants me to do next. I won't do that.
I love it. I love it. Now, if our listeners are coming to Danville and they want to learn more about this wonderful operation you have, The Local, where's the best place for them to go?
The local Covington1 at Gmail.
Okay, and you have a website?
That's our website.
Sorry.
The local Covington1
Oh,
at
Okay,
dot
.com.
com.
Okay.
That's my email address.
You know,
not my website.
Stephanie, I may be working this evening, but my head is still on straight.
Mine is not.
Okay.
Yes. You
We're-
could email me too.
We can
Now
email
you've
you.
gotten
There you,
everything,
there you go.
yes.
Nice recovery.
Yes.
See, we're not even going to cut that out. Michael, are you also on social sites as
We're on
well?
all social media.
Okay, like Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram.
Excellent.
We have a
Excellent.
website, The Local.
The Local?
That's it,
Covington1.com, right? We got it, buddy. We got it. Listen, I want to thank you both for briefly chatting with me on the podcast. And I love the fact everybody's just so friendly out here. And
Yes, sir.
you guys are doing a bang up job
Thank
and
you.
keeping people fed. And I'm going to go look for a beverage now. It's not going to be an adult beverage, but it'll be a beverage. But thank you
Yes,
both
sir.
for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
I am back here at the Fischer Theatre here in beautiful Danville, Illinois. It's a Tuesday night. There's been a reception that was hosted by the mayor of Danville, Mayor Rickey Williams, and we're all having a great time. And I came across this gentleman, very distinguished looking, and somebody had said, well, he's in the hotel business. And I said, is his last name Patel? And then sure enough, he's in a hotel business. But no, all joking aside, it's a pleasure to introduce you to PB Patel. He's the Vice President of Sunrise Hospitality. PB, it's a pleasure to meet you. How are you doing today?
You too. I'm doing great. It's a nice evening.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Danville?
I'm on 21 years.
21 years.
Yes.
As far as Sunrise Hospitality, how has the hotel business and the spaces, how has it evolved over the years to really help be an anchor for the development that's going on in and around Danville?
Well, we started a new hotel in 2003 to develop Holiday Inn Express. And we opened the door on April 1st of 2004.
Yeah.
Then we have seen the opportunity for the future, and then after 3 years we started another construction for a Hampton Inn. That was again 74 unit with the Hilton brand. And again we see another opportunity, so we started Douglas Suites by Marriott, and which was open in 2019.
Okay.
So we did a quite good legwork in Danville. We have a lot of support from the city of Danville as well as Convention Visitor Bureau, One Advantage, and all other stuff.
Okay. And how are the hotel spaces being used? Who's coming in and staying at the hotels? That question, and I have another one after that regarding the length of stay, but who's coming and staying at the hotels?
Normally, there are a lot of small corporations which are inviting the visitors here, and all the weekdays we have a road construction crew. We have a lot of corporate executive who is coming for the getting it manufacturing facility use. Some warehousing corporations are there. That what system support guys are here. Like they are putting SAP or some computer work in the warehousing automation. So we have a lot of different type of people we are seeing. Some of the overflow from University of Illinois, like a football game, University of Illinois Mom's Day, Father's Day, as well as graduation.
Okay.
We are surrounded by 3 major universities, like University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, about 45 miles west. Purdue University at Lafayette, about 50 miles northeast. And Bloomington, Illinois, Indiana, that is Indiana University, is about 70 miles southeast.
Okay, so that's a reasonable...
So we have a reasonable attraction from universities, lot of construction activity, group sale on the weekend, like a wedding, and NJCAA tournament is a big kickoff start for the Danville in March, middle of the March.
That's big here from what I've been learning, yes.
Right.
And what other... Are you seeing the increasing bed rentals because of the increasing activities with tourism and the sporting activities coming into the Danville area?
Yes, we do. And we always welcome any group, any events. We make that happen. We try to accommodate them based with our ability, and we give best service.
That's excellent. Well, PB, it's been a pleasure to chat with you a little bit. I know I came over to you because I had read the article on CNN and the history about the Patel family coming over from India. But all joking aside, you have such an important role in the community here. And it's just wonderful that you're here and supporting this event for the Illinois Destinations Association. So it's a pleasure to meet you.
You too, and thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, folks, that's a wrap from here at the Fischer Theatre here in Danville, Illinois. I am here for the next couple days, Teddy, the Illinois Destinations Association annual fall meeting, and have the pleasure of presenting to the attendees at the meeting. But first, we had a wonderful reception here at the Fischer Theatre here in Danville, Illinois. And I will say this theater is fantastic. It's gorgeous. What a renovation that has taken place. And I only can imagine what future experiences and performances are going to take place here at the theater. We really appreciate Mayor Rickey Williams for hosting this reception, and I personally would like to thank Mayor Williams for taking some time out of the festivities this evening to join us on a short interview. I'd also like to thank Ashton Greer, the Executive Director of the Vermilion Foundation, Dana Rowland, the Director of the Vermilion Advantage, that's the Chamber of Commerce here in Vermilion County, Rheanna Ollis, who is Communications Relations Administrator. We've also had Michael and Stephanie Ewing, our caterers for this evening's event, as well as PB Patel, VP of Sunrise Hospitality. Now remember, folks, you can listen to this episode wherever you get your podcast from. You can also find it on our Facebook and LinkedIn pages, and the video of this podcast, which will also include some photos that were taken around Danville earlier today, will be included as a part of that video as well. Okay, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there and have a fantastic day. And we look forward to sharing a couple more podcast episodes with you from here at the Illinois Destinations Association fall meeting. So until then, take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.